dirty. And we do have... Wow!
Oh no!
You gotta be kidding
Oh
me.
my goodness!
After a qualifying session that saw a shocking pole sitter, it's time for the main event. 80 laps await the drivers, the longest race on the calendar. And considering everything that happened before this weekend, let's make it a good one. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to round 14 of the 2025 PSRLA Cup Series. Welcome to the World 600 at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Hello everybody, my name is Alex Vitale. Welcome back to Charlotte. And yes, you're now listening. That is indeed a Draconian Racing Enterprises car starting on pole position for the World 600. The most important race of the one of the most important race of the calendar. Courtesy of Duncan Ward, the Scottish Steamroller is going to start on pole position here at Charlotte, and of course we have all the usual suspects like Crown, Egan, and Stapleton, but Duncan, a very surprising and amazing and shall we say unexpected performance from Duncan Ward and Draconian, considering that Draconian is quite possibly one of the 3/4 worst teams on the grid for reasons that I'm pretty sure one can figure out, but we're not here to roast the team. We're actually here to sing the praises of one Duncan Ward, who definitely took the time, the extra time given by my PC dying to test the setups here for Charlotte. Now, of course, the hope is to see if Ward can actually win the race, or at least try and do a good result. But of course, we'll see in the 80 laps that follows. And there's pretty much that was basically the big story of qualifying. Also, speaking of pre-qualifying, Skip Silver will be on the grid. The only part-timer that will be here on the grid, and like in the last time he showed up on a point spin race, should I say more? He had to go for pre-qualifying, and fortunately he made it at the expense of Hunter Mendoza and Tanner Parton. So Silver will be on the grid. All Vision Motorsports cars will be in, and as for my, actually, you know what? I should explain why I'm calling this race the World 600, despite the fact it has a sponsor, and that is because the guy associated with the sponsor is not a good person, and that's putting it lightly. And considering how Virgil is, I'm surprised that he did not change the sponsor for the race. But I don't know. I mean, if I was, I would have changed it immediately. But I'm not the president of the PSRLA. I just run the races, so I cannot say much. But yeah. And if you think this is gonna shut it down, it isn't. Absolutely isn't. It's more a curiosity than anything else. But anyway. For pre-race favorites, as we stated, outside of the usual suspects of Stapleton, Crown, the already West winners, we need to put Angel Gutierrez in this list of pre-race favorites, because guess what? The guy is somehow is tuned with the big events. Remember that he won the Indianapolis 250. He won at I think he won at Charlotte once. I don't know, in the World Cup Series, but he won a lot of big races. And as we stated, he's particularly tuned to the big events. So. Of course, Gutierrez has to be put on the favorites list. Now, it is true that his qualifying has been poor, and his grid position is not helping him. He's starting 32nd, but it's 80 laps. It's a long race plus cautions, so chances are he might win. And speaking of the length, this could possibly the only time in the season where we're going to see 2 cautions, because again of the length of the race. We got 80 laps, so yeah, possibly we're going to see 2 pit stop cycles. But yeah, there's basically everything that could be said. So I guess let's not waste any more time and let's get the PSRLA comeback underway. Guess what, folks? It's finally time for racing.
Drivers, start your engines.
The command has been given. These drivers will roll on a track any second now. I apologize for that. There we go. As for qualifying, as we stated, Duncan Ward will start on pole position. Second alongside him will be Kalasastrai. And then it'll be Lana Karshmar, Robert Crown Jr., Ryan Little, Reggie Fogelman, Bryce Egan, Gary Mamadel, Zane Davidson, and Jeffrey Fingai rounding up the top 10. As we stated, 80 laps on the schedule here. Through the back stretch they go and into 3 and 4. There we go. Let's check out the field immediately. Everything looks okay. Yep, no problems whatsoever. As you see, Jack Haas and Skeletal will run up the rear of the field. The pace car is going to pull into the pits. As Duncan Ward and Kalasastrai will lead us to the green flag, a Dracovan car and Celebritas car. First and second, for the restart is going to go, and the green flag is in the air. We're away at Charlotte. And Kalasastrai is going to lead lap number 1. You saw Karshmar immediately aggressive, and he's going to go second place as Ward goes up high, and looks like he's going to lose the position to Ryan Little as well as Bryce Egan. As Sastrai has a bit of a safety gap. How long that'll last? Not much. There goes Little up in third place. Egan in fourth. The side by side between teammates. Not teammates. Sorry. Davidson and Celebritas between Ford manufacturer, should I say, manufacturer teammates. Davidson goes through as Egan tries on the inside of Little. Little goes up high. He's right in the fan. Side by side, and there's Nickel brushing the wall at the exit of 2 into the backstretch, but Little looks like he's going to keep the position. They're still side by side, but Little's got the advantage, and Little being helped by Davidson as he gets helped by Little's teammate in Nathan Stapleton, as Sastrai has led lap number 3 and still lap number 4. Still there, but it looks like Egan finally has gotten it, as Davidson is going to make it 3 wide between himself and the other Island boys. But Stapleton, with the help of Crown, championship leader Crown Jr. is going to take it. They're going to be 3 wide once again between Little, Davidson, and Crown, as Stapleton goes through into 4th place. Little almost hits the wall at the exit of 4. There goes Egan on his teammate Karshmar for 2nd place. Karshmar goes goes high on the apron. Yeah, he's going to try, of course, he's going to try to take place, but Egan's got it. There we go. As Karshmar looked like he was brushing the wall right there, and now he's got to do with Stapleton, who should have third place. Who should make the overtake nice and easy. In fact, he does. He's half a car length, and he's going to clear him. He's got the 3rd place, and it goes Bryce Egan for the lead. Side by side with Sastrai. Sastrai goes up high. And still side by side into the backstretch, although Egan has the advantage. And still cannot clear. Now it clears them into 3 and 4. Bryce Egan is in the lead as Stapleton is going to use the momentum to take second place as Crown is battling with Davidson behind Koshmar. And Stapleton is going to take second place away from the Celebrus 21 car. In fact, it does. There we go. For Stapleton the second place as Bryce Egan is now in the lead. There goes Crown. No, Koshmar. Sorry, Koshmar on the side of Sostry, and Sostry is going to shut the door on the 99 car. That's going to allow Crown and Movadell to take advantage of that. And as Movadell jumps on the outside of the 37 car to defend from Davidson, but Crown should have the position in the bag unless Koshmar is going to shut the door. But he cannot shut the door. It's not clear. And they're side by side into 1 and 2. There goes David. There goes Movadell. They're going to make it 3 wide. And Crown, be helped by Davidson, is going to win this. And now Davidson is going to take advantage to make the overtake himself. And Davidson goes up in 4th place as almost counted with 2 teammates in Movadell and Crown. Davidson takes 4th place away from the 37 car. And looks like Crown is going to lose 5th place to Movadell. In the meantime, Egan is still leading. Stapleton is 2nd. 3rd is Sostry. 4th is Sostry's teammate in Davidson. The Movadell clears the Crown, and now he's got Davidson in sights. As Egan finishes lap number 10, lap number 9, and starts lap number 10. There's Andrew Williams Jr. being helped by the 2 Durrani cars of Fitzwater, the winner of the All-Star race, and the Jeffrey Finn guy, winner of 3 races. As Koshmar is going to lose 2 Little, as well as his teammate in Avery Alford. You saw there, Movadell tried for a timing move on the inside of Davidson, but Davidson is going to shut the door on him. Although Davidson is glued to the rear of that 51 car, so he's never going to try and move. And if not, actually might attempt to, if anything, he might actually try and use the draft from there. Never mind, there it goes on the inside of Davidson for 4th place. But no. Davidson is going to shut the door, and that may allow room for Crown to try and overtake his teammate, or their teammate. Yeah, the parents are going to kill me. As these 2 guys are slowly pulling away from 3rd place in color Sostry. Now Sostry has to deal with Davidson, his teammate. Let's see if Sostry is not going to make it hard on him, and looks like he is. There goes Davidson on the inside, and no, Sostry is definitely going to make it hard on Davidson to pass him. There goes Movadell, almost 3 wide into 1, and yep, that was not pretty, because looks like Movadell should have this. He's got the inside line, they'll still side by side, 3 wide. And in the middle of the backstretch, but Sostry loses 2 positions. Movadell is clear. Movadell goes up to the 3rd place. 2 cars in 1 go for the 1 car for Mr. 2nd place, Gary Movadell. Meantime, we might finally have the battle for the lead. Egan's lead being challenged, at least hopefully. Stapleton is good to the rear of the 27 Vision Motorsports car. I see that the Sostry defending from Andrew Williams Jr. as there is Davidson battling with Movadell for 3rd place, and Egan is going to pull a safety gap from Stapleton, as Davidson should take 3rd place easily on Movadell. In fact, he does. Oh no, Movadell is still battling. He's not putting easy. He's not making it easy on Davidson to overtake him. They're still side by side into the backstretch, and Davidson has half of a car length, and now he clears the 1 car. In fact, he got it. Zane Davidson up to 3rd place, and that's gonna maybe allow Rourke Jr. to take advantage of that, as Jeffrey Finn guy on the inside of Andrew Williams Jr. Speaking of another checker flag car being attacked by a Ford. And Jeffrey Finn guy is still battling with Williams side by side. And the Finn guy is going to clear the 92 car, as does Fitzwater. Although it almost feels like this guy is slowing down, so maybe it's almost time to, maybe already time to pit. As Movadell tried on the inside, or to move on Davidson, but Davidson is going to defend his third place. In fact, I feel like they're actually slowing down because the tires are already suffering. Side by side between Al Anderson Jr. and Bernardo Oliveira. And Anderson should have this. In fact, she does. There we go. Then let's go back up front. Movadell tries on the inside of Davidson. In the meantime, the Stapleton still has been after he tried. He got close, but he still wasn't able to overtake Egan. Egan is still leading. As Salstry is battling with Finn guy. And Movadell is going to clear the 51 car. Movadell up in third place. Lap number 18 is in the books. Lap number 18 is here. There's Fitzwater, who tried a team move on the 41 on his teammate. Fitzwater finally got a win in 2025, and that is the All-Star race, which, okay, it doesn't count, it doesn't officially count, but a win is a win, so it doesn't really matter. There goes Fitzwater. He cannot find the space to try to protect his teammate. At least not now, as Finn guy tries to find the space to Substrate, but Substrate does not make it any easy. And now there goes Fitzwater on the inside of Finn guy, as Finn guy goes out the apron. As the situation is getting calmer and pretty much everybody's going single file, so that's everybody's waiting for the first pit stop. As Fitzwater goes through Jeff Finn guy, there it goes. The Aussie man clears the 41 car, as now Alford is going to take advantage of the momentum. Yeah, they're definitely slowing down. Yeah, the tires are already screaming for mercy. So pit stops might be coming relatively soon. There goes Movadell, who managed to catch up to Nathan Stapleton. Is now going to challenge for second place. Movadell is going to take second place away nice and easy. Movadell's got a pace right now, as does Davidson, or maybe Stapleton struggling with his tires. Maybe whichever the two. And through goes Davidson. Not almost. I mean, he's almost cleared them, but not really. They're still side by side. As Finger, you said they lost the position to both Alford and Little. Right now, he's at the edge of the top 10. As Movadell has catched up to the 27 of Bryce Egan. Finally, Egan's lead is about to get that challenge once again. There goes Movadell into second place. Can he take the spot? Can Movadell make it happen? Side by side into 1 and 2 and in the back stretch. They're still there, Movadell. Too much we're dead even, although Movadell has a bit of advantage. Now he's got the inside line, but Egan is not going to give up that easily. But now Movadell is going to clear him. Garrett Movadell in the lead of the World 600 at the end of lap number 23. There's single file. There's Andrew Williams battling with Avery Alford. Now being helped by Ryan Little. As we said, I think Alford might actually take advantage of that to overtake the 82 car, but unless Williams has anything to say about it. And there goes Alford, now being helped by Ryan Little. He's going to bring it side by side. Immediately, let's go back up front to see what's going on. Davidson is good through of the National Bryce Egan, but let's go back to the battle between Williams and Alford. And Williams looks like he's going to defend side by side between teammates of running teammates of Finger and Fitzwater in the meantime. And Williams, can he defend the position? He clears the 23 car finally. Andrew Williams has kept the position as of right now. Right now, there goes Davidson on second place on Bryce Egan. Side by side between the Chevrolet and a Ford. Right now is Chevrolet, Ford, Chevrolet, Toyota, and Chevrolet in the top 5. Then there's another 2 Fords in Sarstrike and Fitzwater. And Davidson still battling with Bryce Egan. Yeah, they're definitely slowing down, so the tires are already suffering. They're still side by side. Egan has the advantage, although Davidson has the better line, but with tires that are already struggling, having the better line doesn't necessarily mean having the advantage. They're still side by side. Now Egan is being helped by Stapleton. And Davidson takes away third place from Egan, and so does Stapleton. So Egan loses 2 positions in one go. As they're scrambling here, Andrew Williams on the inside of Kelly Sarstrike. And now Garen Bovadell has a bit of a safety gap from Zane Davidson. Right now he's not worried about anything, at least right now. As Williams is trying to go through Sarstrike, being helped by Avery Alford. As well, Sarstrike is being helped by Brian Little. Through goes Williams, and now Alford can take advantage of the overday of the momentum. Looks like no, at least not now. And yep, there it goes. Alford is going to take a place away from Sarstrike. Is going to tag Alford. It's the momentum from Sarstrike. In the meantime, there's other Egan battling with Stapleton for third place. Yeah, third place. Side by side between Little and Alford. Actually, let's go back up front. And Oscar is pitting. So either the pit stops have begun or Oscar has an issue. In the pit stop, but right now he's the only car that is pitted, so maybe Oscar has a problem. The Swedish stuff for PS Motorsport has a problem because nobody else has pitted. No, nobody else has pitted. He's the only one that has to pit. So yeah, he's gonna definitely have problems with that. Or maybe he's gonna make it like a super undercut. But that would be, let's see if that strategy is going to work. But right now it looks like it's not going to, because there comes the leaders. And is Oskan still there? Oskan? No, that was a problem. They definitely had a problem because he took a long time to get out there, and now he's a lap down. I mean, they're all single file right now. Never mind, there goes Alford on the inside of Williams. So pretty much everybody's waiting for the pit stops, and everybody's still pitting. There goes Alford, battling with Williams at the front stretch, but Williams is going to take the place, and there goes Sarstrike. So maybe we actually finally have Sarstrike is pitting. So let's see if anybody else is going to pit or Sarstrike. Oh no, okay, no, they're pitting. No, they're pitting. Lillard is pitting. So the pit cycles have begun. And Movedell is going to the pits, as does Davidson and Uyo. Alright! Davidson actually managed to overtake Movedell coming into the pits. And now the two Durrani cars are going to take the lead. Let's now focus on Zane Davidson. As the first group has just finished their service. We focus on Zane Davidson, of course, 4 tires and fuel for all of these guys. There goes Little. Ooh, bit of contact with Little and Kashmar. Not Kron Jr., sorry. So I think Davidson is going to win this. The second will be Stapleton. Third it will be Egan and Crown. Then it will be Movedell, so that will be Crown. And now, hello. So, pretty busy pit road. As you saw there, Fitzwater does a bit of damage. But now we will see who cycles out. Who is the actual leader of the race of the pit cycles. There goes Luke Evans in the pit. So yeah, these guys will not be able to finish the race. They have to finish the race on one stop. They have to do another one. As almost more drivers are leaving the pits. There's Charlie Davenport. But I would think that maybe Davidson is leading the race. That would be Stapleton, maybe Salstry. But of course we will see once we cycle out. Let's see what the ticker says. And the ticker says... So nothing. The ticker says Finga is leading. Second is Luke Evans. But Evans made a stop. And actually, where is Finga? There is Jeffrey Finga. As Evans now. There he is. No, so they start the pit. So Zane Davidson is officially the leader of the World 600. And let's see the confirmation on the ticker. And in fact it is. Zane Davidson now leads the World 600. That would be Gary Movedell. No, it would be Scott Sartre, then Gary Movedell, Bryce Segan. Then, of course, there's someone else. There's a lot down. There's Grant Crum Jr. Then it should be Avery Alford. And the Ronnie cars of Zachary Fitzwater and Jeffrey Finguy. As now Davidson is going to deal with the lap car of Charlie Davenport. And the Ronnie cars go side by side for what will be place B for 8th place, and Finguy still side by side. In the meantime, let's go back up front, and now Davidson has to deal with the PS Motorsports car of Charlie Davenport, and Charlie Davenport is going to make it easy on Davidson. Now Davidson has got one car between him and Stapleton, as there goes Egan on the inside of Movedell for third. No, for fourth, sorry, for fourth. Third is still Salstry. Movedell is going to defend the position. He clears the 27. In the meantime, Finguy won this battle with Fitzwater. Fitzwater is a bit far away from the 41 car. Now Finguy has Alford on his sights, which now might become Crown. If Alford is going to make this move stick on the inside of 1 and 2, and he's going to make it stick pretty easily. Alford up in 6th place, but now he's got to deal with the lap car of Samadoskin. As Salstry, Movedell, and Egan have catched up. Or is it Movedell and Egan have catched up to Salstry? Movedell is going to go on the inside of the 21 car. This is for 3rd place. And nice and easy for Movedell. Can Egan do the same? There goes, so there's Stapleton dealing in final lapping Davenport. Egan cannot do the same thing. And now Stapleton side by side with Davenport to lap him. And we are at the halfway point of the race. And Stapleton clears Davenport. Now it's 1 and 2 again. As now Egan is going to try on Salstry again, 4th. Salstry is going to shut the door on the Chevrolet, as there goes Finguy on the inside of Crown. They both managed to clear the 88 of Samadoskin. Finguy goes through the 37 car. Now he's got Alford in his sights. There's Stapleton. He's getting also close to Davidson. And right now these two guys are almost 4.5 seconds away from a gap from Movedell. So right now Movedell. Right now, okay, the race is still long. There's still half a race left. So Movedell, if he has the pace and the tires are going to let him, he should be able to catch up. But still, Stapleton is in 2nd, as now they are about to reach Anthony Nicol. In a couple of laps, they should be there. Stapleton might try for a move on the next lap, if not right on the next corner, the next turns. No, he is going to stay behind the 51 car. And there's Egan battling with Salstry once again for 4th place. And Egan's gotten this. Yes, he does. Yes, he is. Stapleton, there goes. He's going to try. Davidson's going to close the door on him though. Still not there. And Stapleton will stay behind the 51 car one more lap. In the meantime, the decision has calmed itself down. There's Troy Williams Jr. and Troy Williams Jr. There's Andrew Williams, sorry, against Murray Jacko and the pole sitter Duncan Ward in 13th, which is still a really good, really solid result for the for Duncan Ward, considering again. And oh, Jack Haas has blown an engine. Jack Haas has blown an engine. Jack Haas has blown an engine. And he is out of the race. Well, at least I hope he's out. At least we'll assume he's out of the race. Yep, he's out of the race. So, terrible weekend for Jack Haas. Starting at the rear of the field, and now he's going in. His engine gave up. As now Stapleton is going to take is going for the lead, being held after the two managed to catch up to the 60 lap car of Luke Evans. But Davidson is going to defend. There's a really good defending drive from St. Davidson, but now he got better ream in front of them. As actually I was stating, Duncan Ward right now. Duncan Ward is still in 12th. Still, that would be an amazing result for Duncan Ward, considering how poor the performances of Dracona have been. Well, except for Monaco, that is, but still. And driving outside that poor result would be Skep Silver. Skep Silver is in 31st. So, not good result for the part-time driver. In the meantime, let's go back up front. Stapleton is still glued to the rear of the 51 car, but he's still cannot find a place to overtake him. Davidson has done an amazing job at making that car absolutely wide. And Stapleton still cannot do anything. Lap number 48, this is the Brooks. Lap number 49 is here. Stapleton cannot do anything. In the meantime, Finga has managed to catch up to Avery Alford, but we're going to focus on that later because let's see if Stapleton is going to make it. There it goes, once again, into 3 and 4. Can he take the lead? Davidson is going to make it, not going to make it easy, but Stapleton should have it. Half a car length, and Stapleton is going to lead technically. Can he clear the 51 car? Not yet. Davidson, okay, now Davidson goes up the apron, and Nick Stapleton is going to take the lead of the World 600 with 31 laps to go. But of course, Davidson is not going to make it. Davidson will try everything he can to take the lead back. But in the meantime, there's a Finn guy battling with Alford for what would be 5th place. So the top 5 spot up for grabs here between Alford and Finn guy. But Alford is still there. Is not making it easy for Finger to take the place away. Is still there. You saw their crown in 8th behind Sastrai. And Fengai clears the 23 car. Fengai is up into 5th place. There goes Stapleton dealing with the lap car of Genius D'Amelio, the only Fireball King car on in the grid today, or tonight should I say more. Same thing does Davidson. And now Stapleton has to deal with fellow manufacturer in Skylar Taylor. Taylor winner at Talladega in that absolute mess of a race. Through goes Stapleton on Taylor. It's still there, and Stapleton is going to clear. So does Davidson, goes 40-58. So it's not gonna be. There goes Davidson on the outside of Stapleton, as Stapleton is going to lap Anthony Nicol, and Nicol Gampari is going to get out of the way of these two. He's actually almost brushes the wall, but The two go past the 42 Able Motorsports car as Davidson almost looked like he was going to attack Stapleton, but the big Staple is going to keep he's going to defend. Now they got Danny Johnson. There goes Davidson on the inside of Stapleton for the lead once again into 1 and 2. 54 laps in the books. 54 laps in the books. Plural. They're still side by side. The two. Davidson should have the better line. They got no lap cars in their vicinity right now as Davidson should have it. In fact, he does. He's clear the 79 car. Zane Davidson back into the lead. But of course, Stapleton is right there. So, in fact, he's going to go for a counterattack almost immediately. But no, Davidson is going to shut the door on the Toyota. But Stapleton is showing to Davidson that he's not done. He's not going to let him go. In fact, he hasn't let him go. He's still glued to that 51 car. And now as they are going to reach the 70 car of Danny Johnson. In the meantime, let's go back as Alfred took the place away back from Finn Guy. You saw there's Stapleton and Davidson have catched up to Danny Johnson. Davidson is going to lap the 70 car. And now actually took the gap. They got almost 6 seconds is the gap between the leading duo from Movinel. So the win is pretty much a third between these two, unless pit stops happen. But of course, I would assume they're going to. In fact, they're probably going to happen somewhat soon, unless they're going to stretch it. But I doubt it will. Now Stapleton goes through the other Toyota of Johnson, and Davidson now has got the safety gap between himself and the Toyota. Safety gap that actually might be completely erased because Stapleton is glued to that 51 car, but is not going to try anything. Lap number 58 is in the books, lap number 59 is happening. And I would assume these guys would have to pit relatively soon once again. Let's go back. Alright, let's go back. More lap cars. There is Garen Romadell finally actually reaching Bradley Ream and passing him, lapping him. As there's still a battle for the final top 5 spot between Big Guy and Alfred. And now Davidson has put a safety gap between himself and Biggerson. A bigger safety gap between himself and Stapleton with 21 laps to go. This thing cannot be set for Alfred and Finn Guy. Finn Guy is glued to the rear of that 23 car, but right now he's not gonna dare an attack. No, also because he's a bit too far away. There goes Alfred, there goes Finn Guy on the outside of the 23 car. Alfred should have the... Oh no, Alfred is pitting. Alfred is pitting. So is Egan. I would assume these guys are going to pit in the pit too as Stapleton goes on the outside of Davidson. Let's see if this guy's actually going to pit. Let's focus on Davidson, and Davidson looks like he's going to pit, but Stapleton is going to continue. Actually, let's focus on Nathan Stapleton. I would assume he will be the next to pit. Right now, let's see if the overcut is going to work on him. Let's see what the owner of Benny Lynn, if I remember correctly, the owner of Charlotte Motor Sports, which is AG, but whatever. Stapleton is going to dive into the pits. Let's focus on him. Through goes Luke Evans. As other cars, there's Gary Movidell. As other cars are passing by, there's Finn Guy. Of course, they're going to stretch it for one more lap. There's Little, who already made a stop. There's De Oliveira and Oskin. And you think there was Andrew Williams right there. Yeah, it's Andrew Williams because Brother Room is right there. Stapleton is going to service his car. As everybody else is either... As there is Crown making a stop. Instead there, Joshua Neely, Justin Perez are pitting. As Kaushmar is... out, but in the meantime, let's go back and let's see who's leading. Right now it should be Movidel, but now he's beating as this Finn guy. And that is De Oliveira and Williams and Fitzwater. And unless I'm being mistaken, that should mean Zane Davidson should be the leader of the World 600. Of course, we will see once all the cars cycle out. All the cars cycle out. Let's see what's going to happen on the next update of the ticker. And let's see, still nothing. But I would assume that 82. The 82 of Andrew Williams, the 41 of Jeffrey Finn guy, the one of Graham Movidel, but this guy should still be in the pits. Yeah, they are in the pits. So Zane Davidson should be in the lead of the World 600 once again. No counting those guys, of course. And the ticker says, survey says, yep, Zane Davidson is in the lead. Second is Nathan Stapleton, as Stapleton clears the lapped car of Carson Miller. And now this is basically David Davidson's race to lose, as the 51 car goes through his teammate in Blaine Keys. Now this is officially Davidson's race to lose, because Stapleton has to deal with a bunch of lapped cars. Yeah, right over Miller is going to deal with Brandon Beal right now. Now there through goes Stapleton, and now it's got to be William Ayers, Scott Silver, and Blaine Keys before he can reach Zane Davidson. Zane Davidson almost 3 seconds. So I guess now he can sort of let the relax a little bit and let off the horses, because right now he's got 2.8 seconds. With 2.8 seconds is the gap. With Stapleton has to deal with a bunch of lap cars. Next up is William Ayers, as Ayers is battling with Skip Silver. But in the meantime, let's check out the other lap cars. Let's just show the other cars. There's Alford, there's Egan. Then next up a bunch of other cars. Then is Gary Movidel. Then is Cal Soster right after. Then is Anke Gutierrez. There he is. Anke Gutierrez is in 7th. I told you this guy had a 2, and it was a 2 in the whip, the big events. As through goes Stapleton, through Ayers, and now he's got to deal with Skip Silver, as the gap between himself and Davidson is increased by 3 seconds flat. But now let's see what will be the next gap. It's still 3 seconds. Actually, no, we need to wait. Okay, now 3.2 seconds as Beal goes on the outside of Nathan Stapleton. Right now, Stapleton does not have easy life ahead of him, as Davidson goes through Asken. There he goes. Stapleton is still struggling to deal with the lap cars. Now it clears Brandon Beal, but is a bit far away from Skip Silver, as Keys goes through the 88 car. So right now Blaine Keys is being the wingman of the Valtteri Bottas of the situation for Zane Davidson, as Silver is not making easy on Stapleton to lap him. As they go, 10 laps to go left for Zane Davidson and the winner Charlotte. Next should be Philip Torres as the cars to lap. And now let's see if Stapleton can finally clear the 14 Vision Motorsports car. And in fact it does. Stapleton clears the 14 car. Now he's got Simon Oskin and Blaine Keys, but he's got right now only 9 laps to go to make it happen, and I don't think he can make it happen. So again, as we stated, this is all Davidson's race to lose. Stapleton possibly used a lot of those tires to deal with Silver and Beal. That is the rear of the field. That would be Reggie Fogelman. That's what you Fogelman is not. But is not in. Where is he actually? Fogelman. Fogelman is in. Ah, it's in Singapore. Okay, never mind. And Stapleton actually catched up relatively quickly too. Actually, he's shrunk the gap quite a bit. 2.6 seconds is the gap between himself and Davidson. As Stapleton goes for the 88 card, is going to make it a way easier job than Silver did. But now he's got Blaine Keys to deal with as Davidson finishes lap number 73 and starts lap number 74. Stapleton is quickly running out of time. 2.6 seconds is the gap between himself and Davidson, as Davidson is going to finish lap number 74 and instead lap number 75. 6 laps to go left here at Charlotte, and 2.2 seconds the gap has shrunk again. 6 laps to go left for Stapleton to find and see if he can pull a absolute miracle run and take the win away from Zane Davidson. Into the backstretch there goes. That Toyota's a lot of speed. In the meantime, let's check out. There goes Gary Morvedale dealing with RB Gardner. Gary Morvedale pretty much like he's got a top 5 spot pretty much in the bag, as does Bryce Egan, because Jeffrey Finguy is a bit far away, almost 3 seconds is the gap. 2 second flat is the gap between Stapleton and Davidson, with 5 laps to go, or 4.5 laps to go. Into 3 and 4 to go, and now that is going to be 3 laps to go right now at the line. There we go, 3 laps to go left of Charlotte, and the gap has 1.6 seconds, shrunk down a bit once again, but it might not be enough, because right now he's got to be with Blaine Keys, and of course you can bet your rear that Keys is going to do everything to defend Stapleton, to defend the lead of his teammate. Davidson goes through, 3 laps to go at the line. There we go. 3 laps to go, and the gap has shrunk again, 1.3 seconds. 3 laps to go for Zane Davidson and a win at Charlotte. Only 1 lap car of Blaine Keys. Possibly right now, I said this plenty of times, but I'm gonna say it again. Easily the most disappointing driver of the season. Only less than a second is the gap between Davidson and Stapleton, but it's a bit too late for that. Only 2 laps to go left between Davidson and a win at the World 600. 3 and 4, Davidson goes. 1 lap to go for Zane Davidson. White flag is in the air as Stapleton finally clears the 33 car of Blaine Keys, but it's too late for that. Still an amazing effort from Nathan Stapleton to finish second after finish second. But all the honors goes to his man, Zane Davidson. Around turn 40 goes into the main straight to take checker flag. Zane Davidson wins the World 600 at Charlotte. Second will be Nathan Stapleton. Third is going to be Gary Morvedale. Then is Bryce Egan. Bryce Egan in 4th. Jeffrey Finguy at the end. Yeah, match is still away. A top 5 spot, and these actions. Oh, well done. Talk about some block. Talk about some block for Finguy. Well done. How about that, Jeffrey? What are you doing? What are you doing? Good. Jeffrey, you just took a top 5 spot. Don't do anything stupid. Okay. Okay. Oh, no. Oi! Oh, dear God. Oh, jeez. Die! Well, okay. That happened. But, yeah, anyway, Zane Davidson is going to take the lead. Apologies. Zane Davidson wins the World 6 Charlotte Motor Speedway. Second is Nathan Stapleton. Still an amazing effort for the man from Cincinnati. And to be 100% fair, if the race was one lap longer, he would have definitely gotten it and possibly overtaken and won the race. But yeah. Third will be Guillermo Vidal, fourth with Bryce Segan, and fifth is Jeffrey Finn guy, who now I have no idea if he's actually going to keep that first spot because of what he just did. Then we'll be running delivery Roberto Cronin Jr., Justin Perez, Duncan Ward. Chapeau to Duncan Ward. Amazing result for the Scottish Steamroller. So Eddie Debs will definitely be happy for that one. 10th will be Andrew Williams. 19 cars on the lead lap, with Ginny Stamler and Samaraskin 2 laps down, and Jack Haas are only DNF with another issue. Well then, well, I was expecting everything, but a race of Charlotte going flag to flag with no caution was none of my cards. And you know what? I guess I can finally say it. Finally, we got the chill race that we were waiting since before Talladega. So yeah, we finally got one. We finally got a 1.5 mile race where nothing major happened outside of the shenanigans at the end. But that was the end, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, this race went green flag. There were no cautions, so went flag to flag with no issues. So. Finally, I guess I can joke about it. The extra brake actually helped help these drivers cool down a little bit because, yeah, I cannot find any other explanation other than possibly the extra weight actually helped them, relax a little bit after almost 13 weeks of constant racing. 14 weeks if you want to count the All-Star race of constant racing. So. Yeah, that was a surprising race, and it was actually a really good race for the most part, and so I cannot yeah, I'd say it was a decent return for the decent race for the return of the 2025 PSRLA Cup Series, but yeah, so that's basically everything that I can say, and now. Let's check something that we haven't done in a little while, and that is, let's check out the championship standings after the race. And we're back live here at Charlotte Motor Speedway for the World 600 that has just finished. As for the championship standings, Roberto Cronin Jr. will leave Charlotte still in the lead. Now 14 points clear on Nathan Stapleton in second. Third is Jeffrey Finn guy. Fourth, it will be Zane Davidson, and then is Guillermo Vidal, Andrew Williams, Philip Torres, Troy Williams Jr., Reggie Fogelman, and Tom Sloan rounding up the top 10. And the biggest jumper of them all is Joshua Neely, who is now in 19th, and the biggest loser is Bruno Di Giacomo, who unfortunately loses 3 spots and goes down to 21st place. Oh dear. So, there's pretty much nothing else to be said about this race, really, because, I mean, we were expecting, I'm pretty sure everybody wanted a banger of a race, and most importantly, a race where nothing went completely wrong, either by pit stop, either with yellow flag shenanigans, or, cautions and all that stuff, and, we finally got one. So there's and we got Alex getting finished to this race, as well as good spectacle all around. So yeah, and I guess we can say we're satisfied. But of course, we still need to check out what's going to happen to the Jeffrey Finn guy after all the shenanigans at the end of the race. But yeah, this has been a really good race for the comeback of the PSRLA. So yeah, it's I have nothing else to say for that. And since we have nothing else to say about the race, the only thing left is to say this has been a special presentation of the 2025 PSRLA Cup Series 44% Network. I'm Alex Vitale, and see you next week for the next race. So long, everybody, from Charlotte. Congratulations again to Zane Davidson.